Hello everyone, Mucklick Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire IV here, and this is a guide aimed at showing you how to craft Orrax, the legendary backpack in Janthir Wilds. Let's get started.
It's not really crafting, I'm making a deal with you.
Shut up and eat your chicken, Orrax. First off, why would you want legendary gear? Legendary gear has the same stats as ascended gear. This means if you have a piece of ascended gear with power, precision, and ferocity on it, and legendary gear with those same three stats, the numbers will be the same. However, the legendary gear can swap to other stats at any time that you are out of combat. This means you can use that legendary backpack piece with every gear set that you own or aim to own, and it can always have the desired stats. Additionally, when you replace an infusion on a legendary backpack, the old one pops off instead of getting deleted, which saves time on using extractors. The final reason you might want it is if you think it looks gorgeous. Oh! On a related note, this backpack and glider are both completely dyeable. Crafting requirements. Let's first go over the Timegates of this project that can take the longest so that you can start on them early. Janthir Wilds story. You have to finish the final story chapter of Janthir Wilds, the one called Salvation's Cost. 20 Shadow Fruit. This is grown in your homestead by buying seeds from Deft Lahar for 25 gold. The next daily reset after you buy them, a shadow fruit plant will be harvestable in your home and give 2 to 4 shadow fruit. You can keep growing them each day until you have 20, or buy the shadow fruit from others on the trading post and skip this process. There are many cooking recipes involved in the creation of this project. 2 of them are only sold from Pack Supply Network agents on some days, so you cannot simply grab them anytime you wish. If you wish to do this step yourself, you will need the Pact Commander Supply Line Management Mastery, and visit the Pack Supply Network agents each day that you are playing to see if they are selling the recipes. The 2 recipes in question are the Spicy Marinated Mushroom and Plate of Spicy Herbed Chicken. Note, these recipes and their products are tradable. If you choose to simply buy these from other players, you can skip the mastery and the hunting down of the recipe entirely in exchange for gold. Furthermore, on this topic, although a lot of cooking is involved in this, all of the products are tradable. Having a high-level chef is not required to make this legendary, but it does make it a lot cheaper. Shards of Bava Nisos and Mist-Burned Barrens. In each of these respective zones, there is a merchant, shown here and here, that sells shards of their zone. The Mist-Burned Barrens merchant sells their shards for more expensive, but if you do the heart, they will drop drastically in price. You can buy a maximum of 20 shards from each zone each weekly reset. You need 100 of each to finish the project. That means 5 weekly resets of buying the shards, or less, depending on how many shards you choose to buy from the trading post. They are tradable. Note, even if you finish this project, it may be worthwhile to buy these shards from merchants and just sell them on the TP to others working on the backpack. Or it might not. Keep an eye on their price and decide if it is worth it to you, as you may be watching this video far in the future. Mystic Runestones. These are purchased from merchants next to most Mystic Forges for 1 gold each. They require the Scholar of Secrets Mastery under Central Tyria Legendary Crafting to buy. You need 250 of them for the project, so that is 250 gold that is unavoidable. This isn't truly a time gate unless you are needing to unlock the mastery still. Gift of Ascalon. This item requires 500 Tales of Dungeon Delving, a currency from running any dungeon. You will also need to run Ascalonian Catacombs Explorable mode 5 times to unlock this item for purchase. If you have an older account, you may have this merchant option unlocked already due to getting grandfathered into the new system when these merchants were added to the game. You will need a 400 skill armor smith on your account. It can be any character. You will need a 400 skill artificer, huntsman, or weaponsmith, just one of these, on your account. Can be any character. If you wish to level some crafting skills yourself, I highly recommend GW2crafts.net, which makes the process of power leveling a crafting skill very easy. I'll link a guide which includes instructions on how to use this website down below if you desire it. Okay, that should just about cover all of the items that can be considered time gated. Everything else, like most legendaries, is a large shopping list that you can do in any order at any time. I want to stress that a legendary is typically a long-term project. You can, in some cases, sink a massive amount of gold and finish the legendary in a day. Or you can chip away at it slowly, working on it a little each day over weeks and get it done without feeling like you just went bankrupt. Do whichever you like, or anywhere in between. I'm a fan of the slow and steady approach. I like to constantly be working on a legendary as a side project while I'm playing at all times. This is the Guild Wars 2 wiki page for Orrax, which has our shopping list. You can also use GW2 Efficiency or the Blish HUD Mystic Crafting module in-game to track the same list, and if you have your API key set up, you can easily see what you have and what you still need. I'll include a guide to Mystic Crafting linked in the description if you would like to use this tool yourself. It is awesome. Let's take it from the top. First item. 100 vials of Titan melted liquid obsidian. These are crafted by any of the following trade skills using Mursaat obsidian chunks, mostly found in Mistburn and Baba Nisos, Titan heatstones, most found in the same zones as before, globs of ectoplasm, made from salvaging high-level gear, and ancient wood planks, made from refining ancient wood with nearly any trade skill. I say nearly, chefs don't use lumber much. The vials of Titan melted liquid obsidian are tradable and can be bought on the TP. Note, you may see some NPCs that can craft this and other items. I do not recommend using this service as they charge far more materials to do so. 50 Mistgate residue. This is purchased in Baba Nisos from Ward Trader Sampaguida in exchange for 10 curious Mursaat remnants, obtained from doing events in Baba Nisos. A vial of Titan melted liquid obsidian, a sweet treated pine plank made with materials abound lowland shore, and neutralized Titan alloy made with materials abound in Janthir Sentry. Note, all of these mats except the curious Mursaat remnants are tradable, but the Mistgate residue final product is tradable also. So once again, you can just buy the final item off the TP if you wish to do so. Next is 100 shards of Mistburned Barrens and 100 shards of Baba Nisos. As mentioned before, these are purchased in their respective zones and you can buy 20 per account per week. They are tradable and you can buy them off the TP if you wish to speed things up. Reminder that in Mistburn, if you do the heart, they are much cheaper, so do it before buying your 20 that week. Once you have these items I've listed thus far, combine them in the Mystic Forge to create Gift of the Mursaat Ruins. Next up is pretty straightforward. Do full map completion of Janthir Wilds to get the gifts of Lowland Shore, Janthir Sentry, Mistburned Barrens, and Baba Nisos. Combine all 4 in the Mystic Forge to create Gift of Janthir Wanderlust. Next is 250 Mursaat Runestones. You've probably seen these before. They are found in various treasure chests around Janthir, such as the boxes at the end of jumping puzzles and the ones you dig up by having your Warclaw sniff. You can buy these off the TP if you wish. Next is 250 Mystic Runestones. As mentioned before, these are purchased from the merchants next to most Mystic Forges for 1 gold each. They require the Scholar of Secrets Mastery under Central Tyria, Legendary Crafting, to buy. You need 250 of them for the project, so that is 250 gold that is unavoidable. Once you have the Gift of the Mursaat Ruins, Gift of Janthir Wanderlust, 250 Mursaat Runestones, and 250 Mystic Runestones, throw them all into the Mystic Forge to create Gift of the Mist-Burned Isles. Next up is Gift of Ascalon. As mentioned in the Timegates section, this item requires 500 Tales of Dungeon Delving. That is a currency from running any dungeons. But you will also need to run Ascalonian Catacombs Explorable Mode 5 times to unlock this item for purchase. If you have an older account, you may have this merchant option unlocked already due to getting grandfathered into the new system when these merchants were added to the game. 250 Orichalcum ingots made from refining Orichalcum ore, 250 cured hardened leather squares made from refining hardened leather sections, and 100 onyx runestones. These can be crafted or looted directly, rarely. The Orichalcum, cured leather, and onyx can be purchased off the TP if you wish. Once you have the Gift of Ascalon, the Orichalcum, the leather, and the onyx, use your Armorsmith character to craft them into a Gift of Darkness. Note, if you do not have the recipe for the Gift of Darkness, it is sold by the merchants next to most Mystic Forges for 10 gold. Next up, Gift of Scales made by an artificer, huntsman, or weaponsmith using a pile of armored, large, smooth, and normal scales. The gift is not tradable, but the components are if you wish to buy them. Next is Gift of Titan Understanding. This is purchased from the merchants in Baba Nisos and Mistburned Barrens. It requires 1,250 Ursus Obliges. These come from doing events all over Janthir, but if you need to farm this, my personal favorite spot is the arena in Lowland Shore, because it does constant events back to back to back. 25 Curious Mursaat Ruin Shards. These come from doing events in Mistburn. 25 Curious Mursaat Remnants. Again, these are from events in Baba Nisos. And 25 Amalgamated Rift Essence. These can be made by most professions using Rift Essences obtained by rift hunting or doing doing convergences and combining the essences. Next is a Bloodstone Shard, purchased from the Mystic Forge merchants for 200 spirit shards. Take the Gift of Darkness, the Gift of Scales, the Gift of Titan Understanding, and the Bloodstone Shard and throw them into the Mystic Forge to create a Gift of Shadows. Next major item is Gift of the Feast. This is made with a ton of food, which is all tradable, which is why cooking is not required for this. Now, as with most cooking recipes, each of these food items are made with sub-food items, and each of those may be made with sub-foods, and listing them all off would be a massive undertaking, so I'm going to briefly touch on each major item that is needed. And as always, there's a full list in the video description, including links to every single one of these if you need additional information on where to get asparagus or something. First off is Gift of the Appetizer, made with 200 bowls of poultry satay, 100 red lentil salboses, 50 spicy marinated mushrooms. This is from one of those Pack Supply Network agent recipes mentioned earlier, and 5 Fruit of the Shadow from the shadow fruit plant in your homestead mentioned earlier. Once obtained, combine all of these to make Gift of the Appetizer. Next up, you need 200 plates of Orion steak fritties, 100 plates of truffle steaks, 50 plates of spicy herbed chickens. This is the second of the recipes from the Pack Supply Network agents, and 5 Fruits of the Shadow. Combine all of these to make Gift of the Entree. Next is 200 meaty asparagus skewers, 100 bowls of black pepper cactus salads, 30 mystic clovers. These can be obtained from many late game activities, including strikes, fractals, raids, Wizard's Vault, PvP, World v World, and others, and 5 Fruit of the Shadow. Combine these to make Gift of the Side Course. Lastly, for the food section, 200 bowls of prickly pear sorbets, 50 bowls of passion fruit tapioca pudding, 2 amalgamated rift essences, and 5 Fruits of the Shadow to make Gift of the Dessert. Once you finally obtain the gifts of the appetizer, entree, course, and dessert, combine them in the Mystic Forge to make Gift of the Feast. Next up is Binding of the Dragon. This one, unlike the last section, is actually pretty fun. This is a short story quest that will only cost you a little bit of time. After you have completed the final story chapter of Janthir Wilds, go to Bavanisos and speak with Jorvik Joransson to begin the achievement Unknown Nightmares Experiments in the Shadows. He has made contact with Satan on the radio and thinks it would be a great idea to help him come into this world and feed him snacks. That is why you've been cooking so much. He will guide you to do the following. Speak with him, then go capture lightning, doing either of the capture lightning in a jar related events in Mistburned Barrens or in Janthir Century. Speak to him again, then go to God's Lost Swamp in Queensdale and interact with a suspicious portal found here. Speak to him again, then go complete the Crystal Cavern jumping puzzle in Iron Marches. You can use TP to a friend or a Mesmer portal to skip to the end of this jumping puzzle, or just do it yourself. Talk to Jorvik again, then go visit the Scrying Pool in the Hall of Monuments in Eye of the North. Then talk to Jorvik again, and then to Orrax, who is now in the crystal about 10 feet away. I think that's like 50 meters or something in Euro measurements, to get their blessing and complete this achievement, which will give you Binding of the Dragon. Also, if you already have the legendary Binding of Ippos, there is a really cool Easter egg dialogue between you and Orrax here. Next up, we need to make a Draconic tribute in the Mystic Forge. That is made by throwing in 38 Mystic Clovers, 5 amalgamated Draconic Lodestones. These can be bought, looted, or crafted. If you want to craft them, there are many recipes to choose from. Check the links below. Gift of Condensed Might and Gift of Condensed Magic. The recipes for those two are shown here. The same character that made your Gift of Scales can make all of these as needed. Combine the Clovers, amalgamated Draconic Lodestones, Gift of Condensed Might and Magic in the Mystic Forge to make the Draconic Tribute. The last 2 items, I do mean last, stay with me here, that you need to acquire are the Salmon of Knowledge Backpiece and Askur Camping Cookout Backpiece. These come from the Mistburned Barrens Mastery and Bavanisos Masteries respectively, which basically equate to do a bunch of the achievements in these zones. You do not have to do them all, but most of them. You can skip a few that you hate. If for some reason you have earned these backpacks and destroyed them, you can purchase a replacement of them from the associated merchants in those zones. Take the Binding of the Dragon, Draconic Tribute, and the 2 backpacks from the Masteries and throw them into the Mystic Forge to get Orrax Contained. Then, take Orrax Contained, Gift of the Mistburned Isles, Gift of Shadows, and Gift of the Feast, and throw them all into the Mystic Forge to get Orrax manifested. You are now the proud owner of a hairy voidtail. Along the way, you will have also unlocked a homestead decoration that looks like the Orrax precursor. Remember, once you have unlocked the backpack, it will go into your legendary armory and can be used on every build template on every character you own. A reminder that I have links to all of the steps in the description below. Use them if you need more details. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like for the YouTube algorithm, comment if you have any questions or if you know any tricks and tips that I didn't share, and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content. Another massive thank you to the supporters on Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube who keep this channel alive. If you're interested in becoming one and getting more videos and perks, there's a link in the description. Shilling complete. Thanks for listening, and please keep that demon well fed or I don't know what will happen.
Nom 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 nom.